it's very unlikely that it's very unlikely that a person it's very unlikely that a person it's very unlikely that a person was in the community in between the years of 1995 to 2000 can walk out of their home and directly find an agent. It's very unlikely that no matter if they work for the news or not, they're very unlikely know, right, that they need an agent. They won't know that. And they'll be sitting in their homes and they'll think that, like, I've got work and I'm swamped in between here at school and I need someone who can help me didn't be so swamped because I need something. What else I need to do? Like, I need to go and in between school and the raising the kids and getting ready for the family and the baby, we didn't want to go in the community and ask a random person to help us who we met anywhere, maybe even at Walmart. Such a bad situation today. So a lot of people, they don't sit there and being like, I told you I was Ray Ray Johnson. Ray Ray is number 15, and it says 251 louder. I was number 2, and so that stands for 52 for me, and then the 51 stands for Ricky Pierce, who will be right here. So it's gonna be, his name is Rick Candy up another account. So, like, there are a lot of people gonna be like, I don't know what to do. They're gonna go to the daycare center and complain to a person at the daycare. They're gonna be like, I don't know what to do because I don't understand why someone sat here and said that they're gonna be like, I don't know what to do because I have 3 hours, 13 hours of college and 18 hours and 2 jobs, and I'm paying on my home, and that's not enough hours in the day. It's gonna be not enough too. Running from here to there. And they're gonna be like, well, we need someone to go and pick up, just maybe even some groceries from the store, and our son's not old enough, and our friends are all in college or getting married and moving away, and they don't have no concept or thought of what an agent is. A lot of people would make maybe serious money or do or don't, and they go to the bank, and the banker becomes the agent for them. He totally becomes a protocol now, and being like, well, you went to the bank and you put your money in the bank, and that you got able to be able to go to the bank, but that, like, once whenever you're able to go to the bank, it's not the fact that I issue out anyone credit. I issue out credit to people who I target, all because that I'm very rich and that I work here as a firm what has sponsored me solo because of that reason. Way a long time ago, before it's even popular now, that's what any headquarters would do. If it wasn't them their headquarters, they went to anybody else and got a sponsor. It could be anybody in the local community. And what it did was acted as an agent just for that person that helped them get through high school faster than they needed to be, just being simply born in 1973. That's mainly the year. And so that, like, once or never that they did this or do this, it can almost really be for any ethnicity. It's not so many broke people. It's popular among Hispanic people. And that, so, like, once whenever they go to the bank is gonna be like, yeah, I went over there and picked up the bread for you. I left it where you said. And they're gonna come back and they're gonna be like, I got to go back to the daycare. So just a regular kid sit there, they're talking to the daycare, man, sit there and put together puzzles, and you're talking, that's set up that way. Well, I went over there and sat over there and went over there and found that a person would go over and pick up the bread. I went home and we ate supper. And so that like whenever we sat there and ate supper, we did these things. We was making money, and we got into a little money trouble. We bought a couple things, that we couldn't afford. A lot of reasons that we couldn't afford them, we bought. And we put money in the bank, and once we put money in the bank, we went to a couple of dealerships and went to a couple of furniture stores and bought some things what we couldn't afford, so now we're having more problems. And see, the thing about it is, when they're having more problems, is that like they're having more problems and they're really sitting there.
What they have to do nothing,
Nothing yet.
Oh, you know what it is?
At 12 o'clock. They're gonna sit there and they're gonna say like, we went to a furniture store, we just got fucking together, and when we got together, we was happy, and we're having more problems, and everything is going good, but we're not gonna have any furniture. We're 23, I'm 22, she's 23. We're having bad problems because we're not gonna have any furniture. They're gonna come in. We was able to pay the water bill, but we couldn't pay. We paid $700 down on the couch we both like, and that like we asked the guy, and the banker's gonna be like, well, so I'm gonna issue out them credit. I'm gonna issue out them credit so that they can sit there, right, and have that couch. And the whole time we was issuing that credit, there's another market for credit. Whenever the kid was ear hustling, sat there and grew up and found dead after he kept hearing them come in there and pick up their kid for 18 weeks maybe. And you got somewhere for them to get dropped off at, and they're gonna be like, maybe don't pay us. We're wealthy and we're Caucasians. Simply that. And don't pay us $95 a month for your son to come here. Whole time the other kid's sitting over there for free. Low key about however he's doing it. And they're like, all right, well, so we'll just got mad pay $95, but so and have that money for whatever. And so we over here, took ourselves out to dinner. I left from over at grandma's house, and grandma didn't have the money. Well, so that like I have money, but only when grandma comes to take her son, drop the kid off. They got nothing to do with nothing. I have money, but not only just for them, only for my grandchild. If they wasn't sitting there with no furniture, I'm so stupid, bro. Now they can sit in there with no furniture, and that he can stay over with me, and we'll go out and do ice cream, and that'll all be great. The doctor, you gotta come and pick him up for the doctor. Everything's good, right? And that Becca's gonna be like, well, I'm gonna issue out credit to those people as money. And I'm gonna see them in the community, as powerful as I am as a protocol, as being rich. And I don't really pick people. I give people an opportunity to be rich without telling them. I have 18 trillion bucks what I'm gonna issue out as credit. And what he was gonna issue, credit was what credit was. And the dude had everything where he needed to be a banker, even the money. He had the money. So he set up a way that no one could. He didn't know the answer to a couple of questions to a kit what he bought, what wasn't such an average kit what you would see. If you got be no average kit what you gonna see, and some people can fix kits better than others. In the court of law, would you agree? You gotta know that they can, right? Exactly, because I'm gonna tell you that, right? And that's how I'm gonna dictate. So then I'm gonna sit over here and tell you that then whenever the banker sits over there and issues out them credit, he's not completely wrong. He just improvised on maybe just so much as like, basically, I sat here and I created, let's just say for instance, a Part 5 Jason mask, and really so much as didn't finish it, all just because I pulled the blue stripes off of it doesn't make it not a sellable Jason mask, You feel me? And so, whenever You came here with your problem. I was already helping you once, so don't feel like I won't do anything else ever to help you. Me a protocol. And so that, like, starting as of now, right? Oh, that's just working back. So that I don't issue out any credit just to anybody specifically due to their last debts. If you be a, let's just say regular nigga walking down the road, and you go over and you be like, I owe Tommy Ferguson from 1953, I owe Greg Bowles from 1983, I owe him for my family name, and that he gives you an opportunity to have money on a credit basis regularly and normally, that if you don't pay him back, he still creates you an interest rate. Well, he doesn't really, I would say it's an interest rate. It can be interest rate or a credit score. He just bears like, it's an interest rate and a credit score. Interest rate and credit score can be the same thing, if you will. But back then, it's gonna be an interest rate. He's gonna be like, I'm gonna give you a credit card. It's gonna exactly be a credit card, and that so you keep that with you and use it, and it's gonna actually can work. So that's the kid had best part about it, right? You know, if you can put together this and that without being stupid about it, that's what it wouldn't be. Well, so like he sits there and he's like, that's not really what I was on. He gives the dude credit, and he did able to help in between he got 18 trillion bucks in between here, between the other family and the dude, and maybe 15,000 more people. So that, like, whenever he doesn't have any more credit, once he has no more credit to issue out, then he was going to sit there and being like, once when I have no more credit, I'm gonna sit right here, right, and once I have no more credit, meaning like I got, approximately when I do my taxes, I wrote it down on paper, I have 9 zillion bucks. So out of 18 trillion of the bucks, as a 3-year-old, this is what I'm gonna do with the money. I'm gonna make people be rich however I did it. I got a business plan, but it's not so much as gonna be the reality of my architectural structure, but that when I get there, that's where that vision will be my reality. And so that once when he does that, he doesn't so much as get caught up in his life as a hype of ages 5 and 9 of people being on TV that are rich. Because he doesn't get into that crowd of the people that's talking about people with celebrity being rich. It's because that he doesn't tell so many people that he has a velocity of control of his family's economic moves. That fact that he doesn't give them any money is because he doesn't want them to have any. It works well in his home. And I'll be like most people, maybe there's another nigga who has to be like, you got $500 from somebody and they to give us all of it. Or you got $500 but they give us 3, this is why. And so like, well, he did got contacted by, whatever type of a bank what was gonna go over there and leave a note with the other people who he was listening to, because that's that powerful. And they gave him whatever type of endorsement plan where he was, where a guy they never would do, they was funding up the kid. Well, another person's gonna come over and control the capital market in between here and there and there and here. So once when they come in to control the capital market, the other dude, what the family and the other dude was over are gonna get on the basis be like he said, this and that. So that's not enough money for us to have. And that if he issues out some more to other people, we're not gonna be great. That's a lot of money what he can issue out. Whole time everything being marketed otherwise the credit. It's been like most banks, whenever you go over there and you ask them if you can have credit, they're gonna be like, do you have your last 3 weeks of your pay stubs? If you got the last 3 weeks of your pay stub, do you have any history of credit? The best move that you think that they gonna say is, no, I have no history of credit, and I have a job, and when I have the job, most people go over and they tell them that they had a job, and some people get in, and they had a job and that they know they won't keep it. Like before they go over and buy the brand new car, what came out, the brand new 1998 Honda, they could go over and buy it, and they're gonna be like, I can afford it. And then they gonna have it no more. They gonna be like, shit, man, whatever excuse why I made it, walking outside in the street. And the dude at the bank's gonna be being like, you know, I mean, I didn't lose any money or nothing like that, so it's not gonna be so much as a profit rate that the bank closed for bankruptcy, other than the fact that somebody bought the whole company and made it be what they want it to be. When a dude goes in there with so much money, all because he believes that there's no way that the financial system can still work, and that the banker has no control over if the bank's being sold randomly to those people wouldn't know he had that much money. He's not gonna be able to be being like, he's not gonna be being like, you know, I got the money, I had the money, I definitely have the money. I have the money, I definitely have the money, so I'm gonna loan you that much money. You said that you would pay me back on these same terms. You're just another person. What I was issued credit out to you, only just this type of way. No, I just issued out the money, but you think it's only that type of way. A lot of people standing by like peers with, don't go to the bank at all. Go to another dude what was a farmer what could keep their money and get loans from a person around their house with no type of organization, nothing from the government or any type of thing like that. What would be just difference between 1990 and 1991. And that's why people forget, because they sit over in that mortgage credit rate try to be running from the FBI 1990 and 1991. That's what they miss in the government, explaining it a lot of times. So like the main thing what's about it is that, you know, like, you know, the whole time that like a person's gonna sit there and they're gonna be like, I have money. I've been they guaranteed the job before they walked in there, and they went mainly up to the boss at work and they said, if you could guarantee me to keep this job and get this new car, and he's gonna be like, I was trying to bring you in more and give you any type of car what I thought, and you mainly solo as focus on what I need you to do so much as what you do. Maybe I keep your job because I can find a dude what can do it. Oh well, I got the job for now. I've been working for 10 weeks. I finally saw a car while I would go over here, and then I said, so he gives the dude the money. He issues out credit to the dude. He's just giving the money. And once when he issues out credit to the dude, he simply wants him to know nothing whatsoever at all. He gave him credit a whole nother way than he gave the other two people. He just told them that he had 18 trillion bucks, and the other dude over there, the banker, told them that as the agent for them, as acting between here getting their groceries and acting between here and here to help find the other dude help find the dude's family who he owed after he was deceased, and tell him anything what he told him very professional when he did it for him. We had no opportunity for it to happen. Living where he lived at and the economic system being how it's been, he didn't have no opportunity. No matter how rich he is today or how much money, he's gonna go into the bank, he's gonna come back outside, we're like, how you gonna be something? You're not nothing. Little kids outside, wasn't it? He's gonna be like, hey, I got a credit. And then we're gonna be like, yeah, but you can't go pay that dude back exactly, you only mow yours. You put over and got a credit card, you're gonna go over to JCPenney and spend $900. Then after you spent $900, you're gonna go out to buy and spend $1,800 with your friends. That's what we heard from another alcoholic across the street for some Skittles. And he gonna be like, right. But he sits there and know the other situation, the credit, he's gonna be being like, you maxed out your credit card, man. You saw over here, you spent $900 in credit and you got all me a 25% interest rate. And once you got all me a 25% interest rate, you'll have the money. So the banker is trying to make money the whole nother way to keep those other people into the game, right? So much as didn't helping them no more when he wasn't gonna issue out credit when somebody bought the market out, right? In the whole first place, when he was gonna draw interest rate off of their money, right? To help them all together in a group that have money to set up a financial system so they can help each other. And it was really did. And another dude, a lot of people still do it. That's how they all really work. And not in 1989, they don't. They don't work like that in 1989. It's like you owe us money, you get to keep owing us money, and you can't get credit at another bank. You know, and so there's no reason for you to go over there. You probably died by now. You couldn't pay us, and 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, 10, 8 or $9, 2 or 3 or 4 cents from here or there, are pretty much what like the government so much as believe you're doing anything to economically help the financial system. Really, as much as they'll try to push for them to believe in court, they can't go to trial again.